Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today again we're getting ready to go on another flight back to LA, so we're staying the night down by the airport, and this time we are staying at the Home to Suite / True by Hilton. So it is a hotel that has two separate sides. It has a more extended stay side where you get the home to suite rooms, and the short-term stay on the True side where you get these smaller rooms. So let's go take a look around. We are staying on the True side. We're in a king size bed. There's not a whole lot of options here on the True side. You can get a queen, double queen, or a king size. Obviously, we're gonna get a king. This room is pretty stripped down. It's pretty basic. We did pay for the room with points. So it was about 40,000 points for us to stay the night here. I believe it's roughly about $150 a night if you're paying cash. And if you bring a car, you are gonna have to pay the additional $35 to valet, so keep that in mind. Here we are in the entryway. It is, again, kind of stripped down and plain. We don't really have any overhead light, but we do have a side light over by the side mirror over here. And it is very echoey. Like, the sound just kind of billows in this spot because there's really not a whole lot here to absorb that sound. Now over to the right is the bathroom, so we're gonna go check that out. Here we are in the bathroom. Again, it's a bit echoey because there's not really much in here to absorb the sound. They did put a little like happy face sticker on the toilet paper. It's kind of cute. Outside of that, this is your pretty standard shower. It looks pretty big in here, but the shower head looks awfully tiny compared to the size of the shower. You do have soap, shampoo, and conditioner on the side wall here. They look like pretty big containers, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're half full, because a lot of times when we get into these, they're usually half full or not empty. One of the cases we had at another room, and they just brought us more of those, which I thought was hilarious. Over here on this side, we have the sink with hand soap and lotion. You have a lighted mirror. This is where you find your hair dryer. Very stripped down, like they just hang it on the thing in a bag. You do have some electrical plugs back here with a motion sensor nightlight. Towels, cups, and tissues are down here, as well as a laundry bag. Again, very, very stripped down. This is so basic. I've not seen a hotel this basic in a long time. On this wall back here, we do have 3 hangers. So if you want to hang up your clothes or if you want to hang up your towels, you can do that. But that is pretty much the bathroom. Now we're gonna go take a look at the bedroom. So here we're kind of in that middle entryway. As you can see behind me is the door in the bathroom. Over here to our right, we have a little bench table. There is a mini fridge. We've got a interesting place to hang clothes, but it does have hangers, but clothes are gonna be out in the open. And we do have an ironing board and an iron over here on this side. Over on the left-hand side, you've got, again, multiple hooks. So I guess if you wanna hang up, I'm guessing they just think everybody wants to hang stuff up in this room because there's a lot of hooks and not a lot of like hidden storage. It's all very exposed. Over here, we have a little bit of a workbench, I guess. You could sit on it, store your stuff, maybe use it for extra storage, but again, it's out in the open and very exposed. And then as we continue to move forward a little bit, you'll see we have the TV wall, which is mounted pretty tightly, so I don't think you'd be able to get a Roku or anything in here without having to really work for it. There are some plugs and USBs over here, which would be nice if they actually plugged into the TV, but that's wishful thinking. And then we have a trash bin, which weirdly enough, there's a divider in it. So you only have, they put a divider in it to divide your trash from your recycling. No bags. Fascinating. And then over here we have the work desk area, which as you can see is just big enough to fit Gary's book bag, which isn't huge. And then bit of a rolly chair, although this looks more comfortable than what I've seen in a lot of hotel rooms. The desk space is not huge, but you could do work there if you had to. Now, here is the piece de la resistance. They went with like this mismatchy bedroom set, it looks like. Over here on this side, you actually have a table, phone, and a side table with a little bit of storage. But over on the left-hand side, you've got a weird sconce, which you don't have on this side, and then you've got a weird lamp that has a dimmer that doesn't really do a whole lot, and then a side table. So I don't feel like this room is made for 2 people, but again, we can make it work because it's just one night, but I don't see a whole lot of plugs when it comes to where are you going to plug in your gear to charge the night before. I guess maybe at other spots, but it just feels so stripped down in here. But I will give them kudos for putting king-size pillows on a king-size bed, but however, you only get one of those. As you can see, this is a queen, this is a king. And I believe they did the same on the other side. They hit it. They say you get 2 kings and 2 queens, and that is all. So, overall, we'll let you guys know at the end of the video if we thought the bed was comfortable or not, but we're gonna go take a look at the rest of the hotel.
Here is our location off the, I guess the transit. That's the transit stop for the airport, so you go over there and you can take that. There it goes right there. That is heading to the airport. There is the parking. It is all valet, so don't expect anything. Doesn't look like they're plugging cars in either, which is weird since they do have chargers. You think they would leave those free for electric vehicles, but I guess not. But this is what we're dealing with. Pretty straightforward entrance. There's a restaurant downstairs, and we'll show you the lobby here in a second. Here is the hallway. It's got like a gray and blue pattern with a little bit of black mixed in with it. That's what we're looking at for hallways. Checking out the ice machine. Looks like it's on every floor. And Macer's showing they have buckets that you take. And then there's your ice machine. Standard ice machine. Nothing too fancy, but at least they have it. That's what you got. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a water station here, just from our experience at other hotels. Let's go find out into the lobby. Here is the lobby. So over here is the breakfast stuff. And you'll see there's a pool table over in the corner. That's kind of neat. I'll get a better shot of that. They got little like hanging chairs over here. They do have 2 workstations, 2 computers. So they got a little bit of workspace here. Here are the swinging chairs. And then they do have a pool table in the distance. That's pretty neat. A little bit extra there. I like these little cubby hole things. And then over here is the check-in. Breakfast hours for everybody. And then here's the big breakfast area. It's really dark. The evening. Yeah, that's what we got. There's a coffee station over there. Here is their hot water and coffee station. Oh, they got some hot chocolate and some teas over here. Your glasses. This is right behind check-in. Check-in is right over here. And then here's your market for you. So here's what we're looking at for the market. They got drinks and stuff. And here's the rest of the lobby. Heading outside behind the breakfast area. They got some tables out here. And 2 grills. Very nice. This is right by the parking. Oh, there's some couches too over there. Huh. They do also have a fire pit out here. You know, the plane coming over. Outside the couch. There's the plane. We are right in the path of the runway. And then there is a cafe and creamery bar over this way. There's the main road leading to the arena and some of those other hotels. Another plane coming over. You can definitely sit out here and watch some planes if you wanted to. Head down to the first floor towards the gym. They have a water fountain, but they also have a water bottle refill station, which is nice. Don't see those too often. But I think those are more at Hilton's. We've been staying at Marriott's lately. Here's what this looks like. This is towards the gym. There are 2 entrances to the fitness center. We'll go check out the laundry first, which is inside the fitness center. But here's our laundry for you. $3.75 to wash on this one. $3.25. $3 to dry. So you're looking at $6.75. Yep. You're looking at $6.75 to dry and wash. That's a little on the expensive side, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit. Let's go check out the gym. Before we get done with that, they have a row machine, which is pretty nice. You doing some bar work? Some exercise balls, some weights. Check out the colors. These are neon-y. That's nice. That's balls. Jams. Balls. You got 2 Pelotons, 3 ellipticals, 6 treadmills. Then you got 2. Bench press machine, overhead press. And they also have a leg press too. We got some free weights over here, so if you don't want to use the colorful free weights, we have the more standard issued free weights. Nancy does not like the scale.
The scale says I gained like 6 pounds.
Oh. There's another machine for free weights. So that's different. There's typically not one of those. No. They don't really have free weight machines because they're a little more dangerous than the bands and stuff. Just because you can drop weight on yourself. And then you got the 6 treadmills. Pretty nice. Yeah, not a bad setup.
Usually the gyms are like half this size.
Especially at the airport area, right?
Yeah.
Just putting back on her shoes. But that's it for the gym. It's pretty spacious for the size of the hotel. Nice. It is 2 hotels combined together, so that always you have to take into consideration. They are running 2 hotels out of this, but it's a nice little space. Little cleaning station, always nice. They got towels. They're definitely running low on towels. But I wanted to show this. They have another water bottle refill. So if you go to the hallway and that's busy, head into the gym. They have another one. Spin to cycle. It's been a long time, Hilton. We haven't been with you in a while. You can craft your ultimate breakfast. Now, what were you saying about the breakfast? What did you find?
It looked like they had 2 waffle makers, they had a pancake maker, they had a yogurt dispenser, they had like hot sandwiches, they had like what looked like maybe where they put cheese and fruit. There seemed to be like a lot of options.
Nice. Well, that concludes our Atlanta hotel stay. We're actually already in LA, you can see.
Yeah, we
Knott's Berry Farm in the distance.
We're at a whole new hotel adventure, so you'll have to subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see that video. Yeah,
but this hotel, so some of the positives, it was clean, it was newer.
Yep. The bed in and of itself was, I would call it maybe mid-level. It wasn't the worst bed we've had, but it also wasn't the best.
Yeah. Some of the issues that we had in the room, we had to call maintenance twice. The TV wasn't working, and then there was another issue that they had to come and try to fix, and they didn't really know what to do, so that was kind of annoying. It was really noisy. You could definitely hear all of the planes landing over top of you. Like, if you need a quiet sleep, this is not a hotel for you, because unlike the other ones that we stayed at around the airport, they're kind of quiet inside. But this one, even with the windows closed and everything, was really noisy.
Also, it felt like the room was made for one person because there were no plugs on both sides of the bed. It was just one side of the bed that had access to plug-ins, so you really couldn't charge all of your devices.
Yeah, and the it was just it was really spacious, but it was spacious with a lot of like dead space. There was nothing there, so it was just really weird.
Dark. Very dark.
And another thing to know is you do have to pay for valet. On the website, it does say it's included. If you click on their link, it does say you have to pay, but it's not really clear. They do have a parking lot that looks like you could park in, but they don't let you. So you do have to pay for valet. And in the morning, they actually lost our car. So it took a really long time for them to find it because they didn't realize where it was parked, and they took forever to try to find it.
Almost 15 minutes after we
got down there. Yeah, after we already called them 30 minutes earlier. So it took almost an hour for them to find our car. So, If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment and give it a thumbs up.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get y'all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
We just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, would you please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it helps us reach a wider audience and helps our channel grow even further. To those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for always being there and supporting our channel. We cannot wait to take you guys on our next adventure, so we'll see you guys in the next one.